So everybody has their own way of sewing. At the end of the day, we will all arrive at beautiful styles, okay? But what you should be looking out for is the simplest style and the easiest style, okay? There's a lot of tutorials I make here that if you see other tutors trying to make the illustration, you know, they'll bring a lot of formulas in, a lot of 0.5, a lot of 0.1. At the end of the day, whatever I did here that was straight cutting will still arrive at the same thing, okay? So if you are into ready to wear business, if you've ever been to Aba where these designs are being created, you will understand what I am saying. You understand that nobody has time, because a particular style, you might be cutting 10 of it at the same time. As in, you place everything together, you're cutting everything at the same time. So you find out that by the time you place together, you're cutting at the same time, there's no room for 0.50, except if you are making specifically clothes that are for guys, like pocket shirts, okay? Those ones are the ones you pay attention to details. But something like bubu gown, something like built up neckline, it's just straight cutting, okay? So there are a lot of things. Then secondly, I want to talk about pattern drafting. If you are a beginner, learn with pattern. There are some styles I do illustration for here. If I am cutting it on the fabric, it won't be clear, because sometimes the chalk will not be clear, sometimes you won't even understand. But when I'm doing it on pattern, it's clearer. So by the time I want to put it on the fabric, like for those in my master class, most of what I put out here, by the time I'm cutting it for them on fabric, it's clearer. Do you understand? It's clearer. All you just need is just to breeze through, because you already did the main tutorial on pattern. Okay, so let's go right into this tutorial, and I'll be cutting this beautiful gown for us today. And this gown is a pleated bubu gown. Okay, it's a pleated bubu gown. It's actually two fabrics here, and the first one is adire material. We all know the adire material. Then the second one is, I don't want to call this aba lining, but aba lining can still go for it, okay? This is aba lining, okay? All these small laces, if you go to Oshodi, it's sold for 500, but because of cost of price now, the last time I went, I bought this one for 800, okay? And it's beautiful, okay? You can see the after effect on my, I actually use this for one of my masterclass tutorials, okay? You can see it's very beautiful, so you can use this, but make sure that the adire you are using, this color is in it, so that you have come out a matching color, okay? So on my masterclass today or tomorrow, guys, I'll be using this fabric with adire to cut this particular style for you. So to make it very simple, guys, I will still use my borderline. Don't get tired of borderline. These are just the rules and regulations that you must have to follow. So this is my borderline, okay? I'm going to be placing my fabric on fold, and this is the pattern on fold right now. So I'll be marking my neckline, okay? My neckline, which is where I want the neckline to get to, which is 3 by 3 from what we are seeing in this picture, okay? From what you are seeing in this picture is 3 by 3, and then I'm marking my 3 by 3 right here, okay? Marking my 3 by 3 right here, okay? So my 1 inch to be able to get a perfect curve, okay? You get your perfect curve, okay? Then the neckline for the back is just going to come down by 1 inch, okay? Now, okay, let me go ahead. Now I'm going to be imputing my shoulder measurement. This is actually my shoulder measurement, okay? My shoulder measurement, I impute it also here, okay? Still impute it somewhere around here. Then I'll be connecting, okay? And I'll be moving this to the side just for formality sake. Now, for this tutorial, the sleeve is a bubu gown, so you don't want it going too low, okay? From this picture, the bubu gown got to somewhere around here, okay? So we are going to be measuring But like I always used to tell you, measure your shoulder first. My shoulder is 8 inches. Then you now measure where you want the bubu gown to get to. Now the sleeve length that I want my bubu gown to carry is 10 inches. So I'll be applying that 10 inches somewhere around here, right? Okay, I'll be applying it somewhere around here. So this is my bubu gown shoulder. Now because of our shoulder is not straight like I used to tell you, but we cannot be doing our shoulder slanting around in armhole here. So we'll be doing it around here. We'll be coming down by 1.5 inch or 1 inch, okay, and then we are going to connect it directly to that, okay, to the neckline, right? Now we are going to determine our sleeve opening, and my sleeve opening for me is 14 inches. So I'm going to be marking 14 inches divided by 2 because this material is on fold, okay, and this is my sleeve opening here. Okay, this is my sleeve opening here. Remember that is 14 inches. So I'll be taking it straight down. This is where we now plot the style of the bubu. Okay, there will be no shaping, there will be no going in, there will be nothing. You just take it straight down. So from what you can see here, the curve is just a little bit below the hip. Okay, so we now have to determine our hip line. Okay, for me the hip line is 25, which is around this area. Okay, so we are going to be coming down 2 inches below the hip line. Okay, come down 2 inches below the hip line, which is around this area. 2 inches below the hip line, which is around this area. Now you are going to bring it straight down. You are going to be connecting straight down. Some people used to bring out their hand. If you are going to be bringing out your hand, okay, then you are going to come in by like 2 inches. Okay, let me bring out my hand so that the puff around the hip area will be much. Okay, so now you are going to bring out your hand, bring in your hand by 2 inches. Okay, and this is it, and then you connect it straight down to the hip area, like so. Okay, now on this particular line, on this particular, you know, this is your hip line and you came down by 2 inches, right? Okay, so on this very line we are going to be marking our hip plus 4 because we want to make this gown free. Okay, our hip plus 4 divided by 4. Add 4 inches to it. 4 inches is okay. You can go ahead to add 5 inches, but I want to add 4 inches. Now hip plus 4, or you can as well just make it your normal hip measurement, but it's not good for it to be tight. So the one I made that came out perfectly well was my hip. I added 4 inches to it. Then I divided the whole total I got, I divided it by 4. Then whatsoever I got, I added my 2 inches allowance. And whatsoever I got, I mark somewhere around here. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to be making a straight curving to this line. Now we determine the length of our gown, okay, and my own length, I want my length to be 60 inches, and this is 60 inches right here. Now whatsoever I got here, okay, whatsoever I got here, I will minus 1 inch from it. Reason why I'm going to be minusing 1 inch from it is because I want it to be a little bit pencil down that area. Okay, so I will minus 1 inch from it. So now I got whatever I got here, I'm minusing 1 inch. Okay, can you see? But there is another style. Okay, it's possible. If you don't want to come out, it's fine. All you have to do is just take this line straight down and curve it out to this area. Okay, make sure that whatever you get here is a curve. Okay, make sure it's not sharp. By the time you finish cutting on your fabric, you are going to notch this area so that this area will slip. Okay guys, it looks like we have come to the end of the tutorial, but this is just the beginning of the tutorial. Now we are going to cut out so that we can now do the work we want to do. Before we cut out, there's something I want us to do. Look at the center front of that style. Okay, look at the center front of that style. Now you are going to be creative about this area. Now it depends on what you want. You can see from this video that this particular one is V shape, but the one I want to cut is this simple one, which is like curve a U shape. And if you find out on getting to the bust area, okay, on getting to the bust area, it looks like it passed through the bust span area, which is 4 inches. Can you see? So now I'm going to be marking my bust area so that it will help me. And my bust area is 10 inches from the shoulder. Okay, 10 inches from the shoulder. Now I'm going to be creating that line, 10 inches line. Okay, so now you will mark, I will mark my bust span, which is somewhere around this area, because that's what will help me to mark that creative style that is in front of it. Now I'm going to be coming down. If you look at it very well, it came down to around the waist area. Okay, to around the waist area. This is my waist area. So you can as well go ahead to make all your horizontal lines. Okay, so it will help you. But if you know you can create it with free hand, there's no problem. But this is what really happens when you hear people say what I ordered versus what I got, because you do not take your time to really take time to create the style that you saw. You just feel okay, be like make I just draw and come like this. No guys, take your time, take details. If you want exactly what you are seeing on, listen to details, pay attention to details, and you will get it. What I'm doing here is not difficult. If you follow my tutorial, by the time you follow it for like 1 year, you too can even be better than me. Okay, it's just that it's something I've done over a period of time, over a period of years, so it has become part and parcel of me, that I can look at a style and use my eye to dissect it and put it, and it comes out perfectly like the owner of the style made it. Okay, so if you look at that style very well, the U shape, that design in front, it came down a little bit below the waistline, and this is my waistline. So I want to make mine to come down like 1 inch below the waistline, and which is somewhere around here. Okay, so and if you look at it, it came from the shoulder. That is why marking the shoulder was even very good for us. Okay, it came from the shoulder. Okay, it came somehow like this. Okay, came somehow like this, and then it went like this, it went like this, and then came down. Okay, yours will be finer. It's just for you to just be creative about it. Okay, you come down, you keep coming down, and then you cut your hand to give it that U shape. Wetin go make you carry your hand straight like this, you are getting a V shape. But if you want it to be a U shape, this is what you are going to get. Okay, now for the back pattern, I don't advise you to use this design, because this picture they didn't show us the back. So I would not advise you to use this design for the back. It will look awkward. The back pattern, you just use this material to just lay like 3 inches on the back neckline. I'll be cutting it out, so you just hold on. If you like, you can make this place curved. Okay, if you like, you can take it up 1 inch. Okay, you can take it up 1 inch. Now let's cut it out. I already cut out the gown. Okay, now this is the style in front. Okay, remember that we are cutting this on fold. Okay, you drop it. Now if you look at this other part, you will observe that for this particular one, the pleating went all through to this place. Okay, it went all through to this place. Okay, what it means is that when you are slashing, you will slash and separate. You will slash it totally, cut it, and arrange it. Then later you pleat it back. with what I'm going to do now, you understand, because this is actually the one I want to make. Okay, so I want to lay more emphasis on this one. If you are not yet clear, I can explain that one later. Okay, now if you observe, the pleating on this area, on this particular one, started somewhere around here, okay, to somewhere around here, okay. And if you observe, the pleating didn't really get to this place, okay. So what we are going to be doing now is slashing like so. We'll mark, if you observe, it did not get to the sleeve. Okay, now we are going to cut, but before you cut, you are going to measure this area. Okay, you are going to measure this area. You don't place your tape like so, because you are measuring curved line. So you will place your tape standing like so, okay, and measure, and you will measure, okay, and you will measure, and you will measure. Okay, you see what I have done now, and you will measure to the last line that you slashed. You will measure to the last line, and whatever you got, mine I got 6 inches. You know that your own, you are going to be getting more than that. Okay, mine I got 6 inches. So from here to here is 6 inches. You take note of that before you slash. Now I'm going to, okay, get your fabric, you pin it down. Okay, you pin it down. This is my gown. Okay, this is my gown. You pin it down. Remember that this place is on fold like this. Now I'm going to be spreading gradually, gradually, gradually. Okay, I'm going to be spreading. Can you see what I have done? Please use pin to pin it down, to hold it. Okay, use pin to hold it. Then you start to mark either with your chalk. Please mark with your chalk so that you can wash out later. Okay, spread it out anyhow you like, but then as you are marking, notch this area for you to know that your gathering should not pass here. Then you continue to mark, continue to mark, continue to mark. Okay, you continue to mark. Now you are going to notch this area for you to know that this is where your pleating will end. Continue to mark. Now this is your shoulder line now. Okay, this is your sleeve opening. Okay, place it like so. Continue to mark, continue to mark. You will continue to mark. Guys, you can see this is your gown. Now you cut out. So I'm going to be notching here so that I'll know that my pleat is not going to be more than here. Okay, you notch this area too. Okay, now you place it. Measure it standing. Measure it standing. You measure it standing. You measure it standing. I got 9 inches. Okay, so when you open it like so, can you see? You open it, look at the notching that you notched. Okay, that means you'll be pleating here like so. Pleat here, pleat here, pleat here to make it 6 inches. Pleat here, pleat here, you pleat here, pleat here to make it 6 inches. Can you see? You pleat it to make it 6 inches. Okay, now this is the center that you already cut you are going to be cutting this one on fold. Remember that you pleated all here, you pleated all here. Now you are going to be placing this at the center. Can you see? Can you see? So it's exactly something like so, something like this. Okay, remember that when you do yours, it's going to pleat more. Okay, it's going to pleat more. So this is it. So you are going to be, you make sure that, because by the time you finish cutting, make sure that you line it properly. But now you are going to be turning this particular fabric lace material. Okay, you are going to be turning this particular one with a wine bridal satin or whatever it is, and then please lay it with stay so that it will be strong, it will have thickness. Okay, so all you need to do is just place it like so after you have done pleating, and you place it and you sew it on it. Okay, you place it and you sew on it. Okay, you can see this is it. Okay, can you see? Even without sewing, I'm very sure this my tutorial is very clear. Okay, so guys, that is it. You can attach your pocket here if you want. Now for the back, just cut out the back, should just have this length. Okay, just use it to turn the adire fabric, and that is basically all. You just join your armhole. Now on this particular side, you are going to measure from here to anywhere you want your own sleeve to get to. You can even want it to get to here, you can want it to get here. You measure here, and then you measure the full length, you measure your wrist. That is all, and then you cut it out. That is all. And then you attach it, okay, to the sleeve opening. That is all. You attach to your sleeve opening. That is basically it. Okay, but now if you want to do this particular style on your screen, now look at what you are going to do. Okay, look at what you are going to do. You can see that the pleat is more than this particular one. Okay, now you are going to number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you place your fabric on fold again. Remember that this one is on fold, so it should always come to this part. This is 9. I'm now looking for 8. Okay, this is 8. This is 7. Okay, you see that in the other one, this place was joined together, but in this one it was cut. So you space it however you want it. If you want it 3 inches spacing, that is for you. If you want it 2 inches spacing, that is for you. But the thing is that whatsoever you space here should be the same with here, should be the same with here, should be the same with here, and here and here. The same thing with here. You can space here 3 inches and space here 1 inches. Whatever you space here, you must be the same here. Whatever you decide to space here must be the same here. Do you understand? Then at the end of the day, just like we did on the other side, okay, at the end of the day, you cut it out and then you pleat it exactly the way we pleated the other one, to make sure that it comes back to 6 inches, because between here and here is 6 inches. So when you are pleating, you are going to pleat it to make it 6 inches. I hope. And then you pleat it back to 6 inches. Pleat this area too to 6 inches. You know, the other time we didn't measure here because we didn't slit here. This place was okay, but now that we have slitted here, that is open, you will measure this place before cutting out, and then you pleat it back and you pleat this back. If you got here to be 10 inches, pleat this place back to be 10 inches. If you got here to be 6 inches, pleat here back to be 6 inches, and you are okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next video.